Hello children, good morning. Welcome to class 7 and today we are going to study chapter number 1 from history, that is tracing changes through 1,000 years. That means the chapter says we are going to study about the changes that happened over 1,000 years. This chapter is from history. Now let us see the topics. First of all, we have to keep in mind that in class 6 we studied about ancient period, in class 7 we are studying about medieval period, and in class 8 we are going to study the modern period. So it is the medieval period. Okay, the medieval period. Now the first question comes to your mind, that which period is considered to be a medieval period? That is, the time span between 8th to 18th century is considered to be a medieval period. If you count 8th century to 18th century, it is 10 centuries. 1 century means 100 years, so 10 century means 1,000 years. So medieval period. So from 8th to 18th century, so total 1,000 years, that period is considered to be a medieval period. Now this medieval period is divided in two periods. One is called as early medieval period, that is from 8th to 13th century, and the second one is called as later medieval period, that is from 13th to 18th century. So medieval period into two parts, early as well as later medieval period. Now the chapter is, we are going to study about that changes that occurred over 1,000 years. Now many changes we are going to study. I think 6 to 7 changes we are going to study. The first change is about maps. Map means the map of India. For that, first of all, we have to understand who is preparing the map, or what is the name given to a person who is preparing the map. He is called as cartographer. Then my question is, who is cartographer? The one who prepares or makes the maps. He is called as the cartographer. So okay, the first map for India was prepared by Al-Idrisi. Who was he? He was an Arab geographer, and he prepared the first map, or the map of India, in the year 1154 CE. CE, that means Common Era. So in the year 1154, the first map for India was prepared by Al-Idrisi, an Arab geographer. And his maps were very precise, means to the point, is actual. But only the interesting part we have to note, that the map which he was drawn, it was upside down. Ulta ho gaya tha. So in his map, the Sri Lanka was on top and India was on the bottom. You can see the image of this in your textbook also. On very first page, the map prepared by Al-Idrisi was given. Just go through it. The next map of India was prepared by a French geographer, and that was prepared in the year 1720. You can count how many years later. It is almost 600 years later the second map was prepared by a French geographer. But only the thing, comparison, you are going to see in the next slide. The first one is the map prepared by Al-Idrisi, and the second one, the map prepared by the French geographer. Children, which map is looking similar? Yes, of course, the second one is looking more similar if we compare the present map, isn't it? Yes. And these maps were used by the European sailors and merchants in their voyages. Voyages means in their sea raste pe, you can say, on unka journey pe. In that map, there is a mention about the place called Kanauj. I am talking about the map prepared by the French geographer in the year 1720. There he mentioned some of the important places like Kanauj. And Kanauj is even found today. And he had already mentioned it in the year 1720 in his map. And Kanauj is even could be seen in the state of Uttar Pradesh. So we can say it is exact map. This helped the invaders means attackers, to know more about the places and prepare their strategies for attacking the same. So because of, you can say, one of the disadvantage also, that due to the maps only, the invaders, the attackers, they prepared detailed plan of attacking India and attacked several times. The best example is by Muhammad of Ghazni. He attacked Somnath temple, our own Somnath temple, 17 times and looted all the wealth from that. Okay, that was the first change. And now we are going to see the second change. The second change is about new and old terminologies. Terminology means terms. For example, the term Hindustan has changed over the centuries. Century means 100 years. 100 years में वो हिंदुस्तान टर्म का मीनिंग ही बदल गया. Minhaj I Siraj, who was he? He was an Persian chronicler. Chronicler, who is called as a chronicler, the person who writes the accounts of historical events according to the date wise. Date wise, he is writing the important historical events. He is called as chronicler. So Minhaj I Siraj, he was writing the accounts, the histories or the historical importance date wise, and that's why he was called as a chronicler. According to him, Hindustan means the area from Punjab, Haryana and the lands between Ganga and Yamuna. So right from the western side to the eastern side. So Punjab, Haryana से लेके Ganga, Yamuna, that means UP वाला जो प्रदेश था, and it was Hindustan according to Minhaj I Siraj. Then Babur, as you all know, the founder of the Mughal Empire. According to him, the geography, the flora, the fauna, fauna means the animals, okay, and the culture of the Indians is termed as the Hindustan. Then Amir Khusro, as it is mentioned in the bracket, he was a famous Indian poet as well as a historian. He used the word Hind in a similar way, but today the term Hindustan, it has a different meaning. It refers to the whole country India. India is also called as Hindustan. Now another word is foreigner. Two words, one is Hindustan and another word is foreigner. The meaning has changed over the centuries. Earlier, foreigner was considered to be whomsoever if he is a stranger, he was considered to be a foreigner. But now it is not like that. It has a different meaning. The person from a different country is called as foreigner. That is related to the second change, that terminologies, old and new. Now let's see the third change, historians and their sources of information. How these historians, they write history, on what basis they wrote history. On the basis of two important, one is archaeological sources and literary sources. On these sources, the historians, they wrote history. Now, what do you mean by archaeological sources? Archaeological मतलब क्या है और वो source historians को कैसे बन गया? By studying coins, the historians come to know the age or in which period it was written and who was administering at that time the particular area. All these things, by studying the coins, they were able to find out how old the coin is, isn't it? Then architecture like buildings, then temples, monuments, etc. So by studying the buildings, the structures, then the historians, they were able to trace about the history. And the monuments, studying of the monuments, we have good monuments, like many monuments are there. That's for example, Qutub Minar, Agra Fort, Humayun's tomb and the famous Taj Mahal, etc. They were all considered to be the monuments. On studying these monuments also, the historians were able to write the history. And the second point is literary sources, whatever is in the form of writing. It may be the letters, it may be the teachings of saints, संत लोगों का teaching हो सकता है, Manuscript, whatever it is written by hand is called as manuscript, or holy text like Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, or it may be Quran, or it may be Bible, or chronicle of rulers. रूलर का chronicler, आपको पता है क्रॉनिकलर ऑफ रूलर्स मीन्स ये जो पर्टिकुलर रूलर का कब उसका बर्थ होता है, कब उसका डेथ होता है, कब उसका मैरिज होता है, कब उनका थ्रोन के लिए सक्सेशन होता है, सो लाइक दैट. So these were the two important sources available for the historians to write history. Now the next question comes, what is manuscript? You might have already studied in class 6 also about this. It's a reminder. Whatever is written by hand, that is called as manuscript, isn't it? And these manuscripts were written on the on palm leaves or palm leaves of palms or on the bark of a birch tree करके उसको ही यूज़ करते थे. हर कोई लीफ पे manuscript नहीं लिख सकते थे. ओके, एंड इट वॉज डिफ़िकल्ट टू प्रिजर्व. कोई भी है ये जो लीव्स है या बार्क ऑफ ए ट्री, इसको प्रिजर्व करना बहुत मुश्किल था, और उन दिनों में कीड़े मकोड़े के अटैक हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. इट वॉज वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट टू प्रिजर्व. एंड दीज वेर कलेक्टेड बाई रिच पीपल, बट रिच पीपल को बहुत शौक था, दे यूज टू कलेक्ट, एंड रूलर्स एंड इवन समटाइम्स एट द टेम्पल्स. सो मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स एंड ऑल दे वेर इवन फाउंड एट द टेम्पल्स इन दोज डेज. But now they are preserved in the archives, or you can say the museums. Okay, antique pieces are kept in the museums only. So they are very good source of information for the historians. And now manuscript, you know, it was written by hand. Now the next concept, scribe, SCRIBES. Now who are called as scribes? Or I say, the next point says that scribes copied these hand manuscripts. Whatever written, it was already written in, if you imagine that it is leaf, ये leaf में, bark of tree में already it was written by someone. And this has to be now copied to another book. And who used to do that? And this was used by, and it was done by the scribes. Then who are called as scribes? Scribes are persons who wrote book or document by hand as a profession. प्रोफेशन, उनका काम ही वही है, उनका जो प्रोफेशन वही है, जो मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स को जो लेके उसको एज इट इज़ उतारना है दूसरे बुक में या डॉक्यूमेंट करके उसको बनाना है. अभी क्या हो सकता है, अभी बुक से लेके हम सीधा डिजिटल टाइपिंग करके उसको सेव करते हैं ना. नाउ वी आर प्रिजर्विंग डिजिटली दैट, बट इन दोज डेज मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स इट वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू प्रिजर्व, एंड दैट्स व्हाई द स्क्राइब्स दे यूज्ड टू कॉपी द सेम थिंग एंड दे यूज्ड टू केप्ट राइट इन अ बुक, एंड दे वर नॉट फॉर देम they were paid also, and that's why they are also considered to be, they carried it as a profession. Now what are the difficulties that historians face using manuscript? So manuscript उनके पास है, as I told you this is manuscript, okay, and over the years it might have become faded, and some of the handwritings or whatever it is written by using the ink and all, and it might have faded, it might have gone away, it might have erased and all, and that's why the scribes have written in a book or document. Now the historians, they directly refer that document whatever they written by the scribes. Now what are the difficulties faced by these scribes, or I can say historians? Okay, first point, scribes introduce many changes in the manuscripts while copying. Okay, जब कॉपी करते थे, यहाँ से उतार के यहाँ लिखते थे, उसमें वो लोग बहुत सम ऑफ द वर्ड्स को गड़बड़ करते थे, चेंज करते थे. ओके, से फॉर एग्जाम्पल राम वेंट स्कूल, ओके, उसमें वेंट को बदले जो स्क्राइब्स, जो अगर जब स्क्राइब कॉपी करने के टाइम राम वांट स्कूल, तो मीनिंग ही बदल गया, ऐसे नो. सो राम वेंट जाके राम वांट हो गया. इट्स अ मैटर ऑफ ओनली अ स्मॉल स्पेलिंग, ई के जगह पे एक और ई के जगह पे ए हो गया, बट इट इज अ ब्लंडर. It has no meaning. What do you mean by Ram went school? It has a meaning. हाँ, राम स्कूल गया. राम want school, उसका मीनिंग ही बदल गया, राम को स्कूल चाहिए. सो इस टाइप का मिस्टेक्स So I have just mentioned an example only. So such types of blunders were being committed by the scribes. किसका गलती है? Scribes. इन्होंने कॉपी गलती से किया और गलत कॉपी किया. This may happen due to the less legibility. हो सकता है कि उनको यो ई है ए जैसे लगा होगा. Okay, a small change at the initial stage shown that same text was substantially different from one another. Last class में कभी कभी देखो मैंने बोला कि Ram went school and Ram want school. The meaning, entire meaning has changed. And the same thing is maybe a small change, but it may change the entire meaning of that particular sentence. Historians have to read manuscript. Historians, they have to carefully write history. They should not write as and how they wish. Isn't it? As and how they imagine. They have to produce that accurate, correct, and that's why they have to read the manuscript. कभी कभी ऐसा होता था डॉक्यूमेंट भी लेते थे, manuscript भी देते थे. यहाँ समझ में नहीं आता था तो ये manuscript से लेके वो they used to write, they used to read, and thereby they used to write the proper whatever they wanted to write. Now fourth change, that is new and social political group. So some of the political groups that emerged in that period, new terminologies made their appearance. Some of the new terms जो हमने अभी तक सुना नहीं है, हमने जैसे कि हमने ये सब तो कोविड-19 में हम बहुत सारे न्यू टर्म्स अब तो सुनने लगे हमें, है ना, related to the pandemic, social distancing. It may be the word may exist, but the proper meaning, or I can say SOP, ये सब हमने new terms हमें सुनने लगे, isn't it? So ऐसे ही कुछ न्यू टर्म्स हमें सुनने को मिला, और उससे चलते सोशल और पॉलिटिकल चेंज भी हुआ. स्पिनिंग व्हील फॉर वीविंग. सो अर्लियर पीपल यूज्ड टू वो बाय हैंड, वीव बाय हैंड. नाउ स्पिनिंग व्हील इज केम इन दैट प्लेस. पर्शियन व्हील फॉर इरिगेशन, इरिगेशन के लिए. सो पंप के जैसे तो पर्शियन व्हील का यूज हुआ. देन फायर आर्म्स फॉर वॉर. फायर आर्म्स यू कैन से दैट बंदूक जैसे, पिस्तौल जैसे फॉर वॉर. देन न्यू फूड्स लाइक बेवरेजेस. न्यू फूड एंड बेवरेजेस मतलब फूड जैसे, और बेवरेजेस मतलब ड्रिंक्स लाइक कॉफ़ी, कॉर्न, पोटैटो, ये सब हमें न्यू आ गया. जैसे अभी हम वी आर वेरी फेमिलियर विद पिज़्ज़ा, पास्ता एंड ऑल. इफ यू जस्ट सी 100 years back, this pizza pasta was not at all existed. So now we are aware, because we are now adopted all these. From where it has come? It has from Italy, it has from Europe, it has come from a foreign country, and now we are all familiar with that. So emergence of new social groups. New group का भी emergence हो गया, emergence हुआ. न्यू किंगडम्स लाइक राजपूत, जाट, सिख, मराठा, अहोम, ये सब के बारे में यू आर गोइंग टू स्टडी इन क्लास 8. डोंट वरी नाउ. हमें पता ही नहीं था राजपूत मतलब क्या है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, द वर्ड राजपूत हैज डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम द वर्ड राजपुत्रा, दैट मीन्स अ सन ऑफ ए रूलर. नॉर्मली ही बिलोंग्स टू क्षत्रिय, फेमस फॉर लॉयल्टी, करेज. बहुत लॉयल्टी मतलब किसी को भी वो क्या जो काम उसको असाइन करते हैं उसको अच्छे से निभाता है, दैट इज लॉयल्टी. देन करेज के लिए वो फेमस होता है. एंड इवन नॉर्मली वेयर द रूलर्स, समटाइम दे वेयर द रूलर्स और समटाइम दे वेयर सोल्जर्स, सो दे आर कंसिडर्ड टू बी क्षत्रियास, और यू कैन से द राजपूत्स, एंड लाइक दैट. So these are the emergence of new groups. And the extension of agriculture. Agriculture, earlier it was only limited to growing the crops and all. Now some more changes have introduced. How? That the forests were now cleared. Earlier the forests were not cleared. Now forests were being cut off, and that forest land has been used for agriculture. And the life of forest dwellers changed. फॉरेस्ट ड्वेलर्स मतलब जो फॉरेस्ट में रहते हुए थे सालों से, लाइक आदिवासीज और फॉरेस्ट पीपल, एंड दे यूज्ड टू लिव इन द फॉरेस्ट. एंड वंस द फॉरेस्ट वॉज क्लियर्ड, फॉरेस्ट जंगल साफ हो गया, देन वेयर टू गो? They now, earlier they used to earn their livelihood by I can say cutting the woods and selling it in the market. They, or by cutting the by collecting the fruits or the medicinal herbs, they were living their lives. Now the forest is no more, then where to go? How to earn their bread? For that they were in search of jobs, and for that they migrated, shifted to towns, and they became the peasants to sometimes the big landlords. Big landlords का जमींदार के अंदर वो मतलब मजदूर जैसे बन के काम करने लगे. And the emergence of new जातीज. तो जाति वर्णा सिस्टम अगर हम देखेंगे तो ब्राह्मणास, क्षत्रियास, वैश्यास एंड शूद्रास वेर देयर. And now within the group also many sub-jatis were emerged. Jati or subcaste refers to grouping or ranking people on the basis of the profession or background. So on the basis of, जैसे कि like brahmanas wants to the one who were engaged themselves in teaching and all, they were considered to be the brahmanas. One used to rule, he may be a ruler or he may be a soldier, he was considered as a kshatriyas. Or one who carries the trade, he was considered to be the vaishyas. And the shudras, they used to serve the other three groups एज ए कैजुअल लेबर, एज ए मेड, एज ए वर्कर, जैसे उन तीनों को वो हेल्प करता था. और वो सबसे निचला जाति को बिलोंग करता था, शूद्रास. नाउ इसके अलावा जो वो काम करते थे, on the basis of that the jatis were fixed in the ancient period, what you have studied in class 6. but यहाँ आते आते क्या हो गया, जातिस framed their own rules and regulation. जाति के अंदर भी तो अगर पटेल है तो पटेल का अपना हर रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस उन्होंने बनाया. They were enforced by an assembly of elders. इसको सब संभालने के लिए an assembly of elders, जो पढ़े लिखे मतलब elders, जो बुजुर्ग लोग थे, उनका एक assembly था. Assembly means it, you can consider it as a sabha type or a group, and they are called as जाति पंचायत. हर एक जाति का अपना एक जाति पंचायत होता था और उसमें कौन मौजूद थे, वो जाति को एल्डर्स या बुजुर्ग लोग वहाँ मौजूद थे. और वो बुजुर्ग लोग अपना जाति का रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन बनाते थे. ऐसा करना, वैसे करना, सर पे पल्लू लेना चाहिए, नहीं लेना चाहिए, तो आपको साड़ी ही पहनना चाहिए फॉर वुमेन. सो लाइक दैट दे फ्रेम्ड देयर ओन रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन. बट जातिज वेर ऑल्सो हैड टू फॉलो द रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन ऑफ देयर जाति. सबकास्ट जाति भी है और जाति में भी सबकास्ट है, लेकिन अपना रूल भी फॉलो करना है. जैसे कि आपका फैमिली में यू हैव योर ओन रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस इन योर फैमिली, isn't it? योर मदर फादर दे आर क्रिएटिंग दिस ओन रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन, ऐसा ही करना, वैसे ही करना. लेकिन आप दूसरों को साथ मिंगल करते हो, दूसरे के साथ जब कहीं जाते हो और दूसरे के घर जाते हो तो वहाँ पर ऐसा ही करना, वैसे ही करना, ऐसा नहीं होता है. वहाँ भी जाके आप अपने आप को मिक्स करते हो और यू एडजस्ट योर सेल्फ इन द सेम थिंग इज देयर इन द जाति ऑल्सो. Now let's move on to the fifth change, new regions and empire. Now before that, one question arises, what is pan-regional empire? It means an empire spanning diverse regions. मतलब if a particular I can say kingdom, if it rules for a long period of time, that is called as pan-regional empire. There were empires like Cholas, they ruled for long term, and the Mughals, the Tughlaqs, the Khaljis, etc., to whom we are going to study in our coming chapters. And the sixth change is old and new religion. तो रिलीजन के बारे में, we know the religion in the olden days only two, one was the Hinduism and another one was Muslim, and later on happened Bhakti movement. That also you are going to study in later on in this particular 7th standard only. Hinduism, first of all, they worship new gods and goddesses. You know number of deities, तो बहुत भगवान होते हैं ना. सो शिव जी है, शिव जी का भी है, सॉरी भाई ईश्वर भी है, गणपति भी है, लक्ष्मी माता भी है, अम्बा माता भी है, काली माता भी है, शीतल माता भी है, लाइक दैट कि इनन्यूमरस गॉड्स एंड गॉडेसेस. And the importance of Brahmins increased because Brahmins, the one, they were performing the pujas, the rituals and ceremonies, and Brahmins ही करते हैं ना. मंदिर में जब देखा तो ब्राह्मण लोग ही करते हैं, सब पूजा प्रवचन सब ब्राह्मण लोग ही करते. तो इसके चलते उनका इम्पोर्टेंस जो है वो बढ़ जाता है. Usually the rulers constructed temples of their favorite deities. Yes, जो rulers है, big rulers, they used to donate and they used to construct big temples in their favorite gods and goddesses. Then Islam, it accepted one supreme power, that is one God. He is none other than Allah. हमारे जैसे different भगवान देव देवता नहीं है उनके लिए, only one. And there were two groups in the Islam itself. One is Shia Muslims and another one is Sunni Muslims. And Quran is their holy book. And in between, one more cult that emerges, that is Bhakti cult. Like आपको, you might have known that Kabir है, Meera है, then Ramanujacharya, Shankaracharya. So all they are their Narsi Mehta. So sorry, not Narsi Mehta. They were all the I can say followers of Bhakti cult. Okay. The devotees can reach their deities. Deities अपने प्रिय भगवान को खुश रखने के लिए हिंदू में कहता है कि तुम लोग को ऐसा पूजा प्रवचन करना है, श्रावण मास का ये करना है, करवा चौथ करना है, तब भी आप भगवान को प्रसन्न कर सकते हैं, महाशिवरात्रि करना है ना. ऐसा सब हिंदू में बहुत रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन में. बट भक्ति मोमेंट ऐसा कहता है कि तुम भगवान को खुश रखने के लिए ज़रूरी नहीं है कि ये पूरा आप ये जो रिचुअल्स करो. अगर आप प्योर हार्ट से अगर आप भगवान को स्मरण करते हैं या प्रेयर करते हो या याद करते हैं, देन ऑल्सो you can attain the salvation मतलब मुक्ति. Okay, so from the cycle of birth and rebirth. Otherwise Hinduism they belongs that there are 7 जन्मास होता है, 7 अवतार होता है और अपने को reincarnation बोलते हैं हम. तो एक बार डेथ होने के बाद हम दूसरे मतलब ऐसा हिंदुइज्म में माना जाता है कि वंस अगेन आवर आत्मा विल रीबर्थ और इट टेक्स इट्स बर्थ in any other form, we don't know in which form. So अगर ये सब ये करके अच्छे काम करेंगे तो आपको मुक्ति मिलेगा, बोलते हैं ना, मुक्ति, salvation, नरक से स्वर्ग मिलेगा. एंड तो वो कहता है, भक्ति कहता है, अगर आप सच्चा दिल से अगर भगवान को प्रेयर करके अच्छे काम करते हो, then you will be free from the cycle of birth and rebirth. Now the 7th change and the last change, that is the division of past in the 2 periods. Historians, they divide history in 2 periods. One is prehistory. For that we don't have any written records available, and they were Paleolithic, Mesolithic and Neolithic period. And post history, whereas the written records were available, they are ancient, medieval and medieval modern history. And British historians, they came and they again divide the history into 3 parts: Hindu, Muslim and British. Hope you understood the concept, and now your duty is to read the textbook as well. In the meantime, take care, bye bye and have a nice time. If you have any question, please do ask me without any hesitation. Thank you and have a nice